자, 오늘은 애들 에세이를 좀 첨삭을 한번 해볼까요? 이번 숙제로 내가 내줬던 게 어디 보자. 음, 이거였어요. Can online learning replace classrooms? 자, 먼저 first draft로 썼죠. 한번 봅시다. Nowadays, countries around the world are considering online learning instead of going to schools because of the pandemic. Some countries, like South Korea and Singapore, 여긴 굳이 콤마 필요 없어요. Some countries like South Korea and Singapore already started online learning with conference applications. However, the countries are facing some serious problems. Internet servers for online learning were not so stable in South Korea. 인터넷 서버가 그다지 안정적이지가 않았다. 근데 안정적이지 않았던 것은 인터넷 서버가 아니라 그 온라인 러닝 구동하는 서버들이었죠. 그래서 인터넷 서버가 아니라 그냥 servers for online learning were not so stable in South Korea. 그냥 안정적이지 않은 게 아니라 갑자기 그 접속자들이 한 번에 몰리니까 이게 문제가 생긴 거잖아요. So servers for online learning were not ready to handle massive users in South Korea. Also, some people hacked a conference application and spread pornography during online classes in Singapore. Zoom 얘기죠, 이거는. Online learning has not only these problems, but also many other flaws. Online learning, both synchronous and asynchronous, cannot permanently replace traditional face-to-face classrooms at present. time까지 넣는 게 더 좋을 거예요. At present time. 자, 문제점들을 얘기했는데 또 다른 많은 결함들이 있다. 그럼 이제 읽는 사람 입장에선 그럼 그 결함이 뭔지를 기대를 하게 되는데 다짜고짜 thesis가 나왔어요. 그럼 여기에 중간에 bridge를 한번 해줘야 되죠. What other flaws? 이거에 대해서 언급을 해주는 게 좋을 겁니다. 자, internet servers where online learning is conducted are not so stable. 자, 이렇게 하지 말고 인터넷 서버가 아니죠. servers for online learning are not 위에 아까 ready를 썼으니까 다른 걸 한번 써볼까요? are not prepared to handle thousands of users simultaneously, 동시에. Servers for online learning are not prepared to handle thousands of users simultaneously. As the examples of South Korea, as one can see from the examples of South Korea and Singapore. 아니다. 이것보다 더 간결하게 쓸 수 있는 게 as 뭐야? As demonstrated in the examples of South Korea and Singapore. The government and the Ministry of Education in South Korea started preparing for online learning a few weeks ago. But the educational broadcasting system, online servers, but the servers of for online classes were crashed. 이건 수동태로 쓰지 않아요. 이 컴퓨터가 이렇게 다운되거나 에러가 생겼을 때 crash라는 표현을 쓰지만 이건 수동태로 쓰지 않고 But the servers of educational broadcasting system for online classes crashed. in the가 아니라 they는 항상 on the first day of online classes for 9th and 12th graders. Although South Korea is known as a country that has the fastest access to the internet around the world, the sudden crash was not prevented earlier. The sudden crash could not be avoided. 피할 수가 없었다. 예방 was not prevented earlier 이란 표현은 더 일찍 예방되지 못했다. 좀 이상한 표현이죠. 이렇게 쓰면은 빠름에도 불구하고 이거는 피할 수가 없었다. The sudden crash could not be avoided. If online classes are conducted in countries or regions where internet is less stable than South Korea, crashes of internet service will be able to happen. 이 happen은 그냥 will happen more frequently. 이렇게 하지 말고 internet servers will crash more frequently. 그냥 이렇게 쓰면 더 간결해지죠. 항상 conciseness. 에세이를 쓸 때는 간결한 게 제일 좋아요. Also, some people broke into the online class conducted by Zoom. Zoom에 의해서 conduct된 게 아니라 conducted on Zoom이죠. on Zoom. Some people broke into online classes conducted on Zoom, the app conference application Singapore used. And some people broke into and spread pornography in Singapore. In Singapore 굳이 또 안 넣어도 돼요. 아까 앞에서도 언급했고. It is very difficult for the government to completely prevent hacking internet servers or applications for online learning. If hackers say something indecent or spread unhealthy materials, unhealthy, 건강하지 않은 게 아니라 inappropriate, 적절치 못한, or spread inappropriate materials, breaking into. 이게 앞에 나와야 되죠. If hackers break into online classes and say something indecent or spread inappropriate materials, it will be able to become a terrible trauma in students' memories. 여기서 말하는 it이 뭐예요? It will be? 뭐 하죠? 그럼 이걸 어떻게 해야 되겠어요? Students will be traumatized. will be 굳이 또 저 원래 내용을 좀 추가하고 싶으면 terribly traumatized. 간결하게. Students will be terribly traumatized. Some school subjects like PE, physical education, chemical, 이건 화학적인 이란 뜻이고 화학은 chemistry예요. chemistry. 과목은. Some school subjects like PE, chemistry, and art classes need active participation and experience of students. Need active participation and experience of students, okay? In online learning, it is practically impossible for the subjects to be taken in a complete way. 자, 무슨 말을 하려고 하는지는 알겠는데 it is practically impossible for 앞에 언급한 게 있으니까 for such subjects to be conducted to the full. 완전하게 conduct 될 수가 없다. Because students cannot easily experience many things online. cannot easily 쉽게 경험하다? 그냥 온라인으로 경험을 할 수가 없다. Because students cannot experience many things online. 이것보다 많은 것들을 온라인으로 경험할 수 없다가 아니라 because the necessary procedure. 좋은 표현이 뭐가 있을까? The necessary 이런 과정들, the necessary 이런 경험들, experience, because providing the necessary experience for students is limited online. 이것들을 온라인으로 제공하는 것이 제한돼 있다. For students, for example, students cannot play some sports, such as the soccer가 아니라 그냥 such as soccer, basketball, and or baseball. With friends during online classes. Also, students cannot easily conduct chemical experiments, like oxygen generation experiments online. 콤마 필요 없고 산소 생성 실험, oxygen generation experiments. Okay. It is practically impossible for teachers to fix students' pictures directly. 그 손으로 그린 그림이라는 걸 한번 강조해야 될 것 같아요. 모호하니까. Fix students' paintings directly. And for students to paint pictures with other students. Then teachers should teach theoretical parts도 되고 theoretical areas of the subjects. 그냥 parts 유지해도 될 것 같아요. Theoretical parts of the subjects. But it is also very limited. The subjects, like physical education, is with the purpose of students' direct experience, and theoretical parts are a small portion of those subjects? 이게 뭔 소리야? 이거는 문제가 있어요. 문장 전체가. 뭔 소린지 이해하기가 되게 어려워요. 무슨 말을 하려고 하는 거야? 그러니까 직접적인 경험이 우선시 되는 수업이고 이론적인 내용들은 비중이 별로 없다. 이 말을 하고 싶어 하는 것 같은데 The subjects 더는 필요 없어요. 그냥 subjects like physical education is with the purpose of students 이게 아니라 focuses on students' direct experience and theoretical parts are a small portion이 아니라 theoretical parts take a small portion. Of those subjects가 아니라 take a small portion and theoretical parts take a small portion and are not as emphasized as as direct experience. Subjects like PE 참 subjects니까 이거 빼야 되죠. Subjects like PE focus on students' direct experience and theoretical parts only take에 up을 붙이는 게 더 자연스럽겠다. Only take up a small portion and are not as emphasized as direct experience. And online learning is 이 practically가 지금 계속 나오는데 이거 이제 피로감이 느껴져요. 이게 지금 세 번째 나오고 있어요. 이게 practically. It is practically 이거를 고쳐야 돼요. 같은 표현을 반복해서 쓰면은 이게 피로도가 느껴지니까 그럼 비슷한 의미의 다른 표현을 쓰든가 아니면 쓰지 말든가 해야 돼요. 이렇게 하면 안 돼요. 계속 practically impossible이래. In online learning, it is practically impossible for students to directly experience those subjects while running. 자, 이런 표현 필요 없고 in online learning, it is practically 그냥 날려버리고 it is impossible for students to directly experience those 이것도 필요 없어요. 그냥 이 뒤에 나오는 것들이 어렵다는 얘기잖아요. It is impossible for students to running on이 아니라 run around the school yards, play team sports, conduct chemical experiments, paint pictures, while cooperating with other students, and so on. 그다음. The broad information of the internet sometimes helps students study, but in most cases, students can easily be distracted by digital content both online and offline on electronic devices. There are lots of things that attract students on their electronic devices. That attract students' attention. The distractions like online or offline games, videos, music, and chats can make students not focus on online classes. In traditional classrooms, many teachers take students' electronic devices, including smartphones, away from the students so that students focus only on classes. Including 말고 그냥 such as smartphones. Such as smartphones. Away from the students so that in online classes it is almost impossible for teachers to take students' electronic devices away. Also, students should use the electronic devices in order to take part in online classes. In addition, 자, 여기에서 얘기하고자 하는 바는 자, 선생님들이 일단 애들의 전자장비를 뺏어갈 수가 없다라고 얘기를 했잖아요. 근데 그 다음에 also가 나오면은 추가적으로 비슷한 얘기를 기대하지만 지금 뒤에 나온 얘기는 그게 아니죠. 어차피 온라인 수업을 듣기 위해서는 이걸 쓸 수밖에 없다. 그 얘기가 나오는 건데 그러면은 students should use가 아니라 students have no choice but to use the electronic devices in order to take part in online classes. So it's almost impossible for teachers to take the devices away. 이게 지금 순서가 바뀌어야 돼요. 이게 여기 앞으로 가야 돼요. 그래서 여기에 in traditional classes. 근데 in online classes 이제 반대로 아이고 also는 날리고 but in online classes students have no choice but to use 더 필요 없어요. electronic devices in order to take part in the classes. Therefore, it is almost impossible for teachers to take the students' electronic devices away. In addition, most young students are much less likely to control themselves and fight the temptations from the digital contents than ordinary adults. The students can click their electronic devices only once or twice. Can make a few clicks on their electronic devices. 라고 해야 돼요. To connect to other digital contents even during online classes. A long period of time for online learning even harms physical health of students. Electronic devices, including smartphones, laptops, and desktops, often emit many kinds of light and waves, radio waves. 이렇게 쓰는 게 낫겠죠? Radio waves. Of the light and waves, the most dangerous things 필요 없어요. The most dangerous for students' health are blue light and radio waves. radio wave 뒤에 언급하니까 이거 그냥 없앱시다. 원래대로. Firstly, blue light 가 아니라 is likely to damage the student가 아니라 student's eyes. It can easily decrease students' visions가 아니라 damage 그대로 다시 손상시키는 거니까. 근데 앞에 damage가 나왔으니까 harm으로 바꿔도 되고 it can easily harm students' visions. 그리고 악화시키다 이런 시력이 악화되다 뭐 이런 표현 중에 쓸만한 표현이 또 deteriorate 이런 거 써도 돼요. 이렇게 약간 퇴화하는 거예요. Also, students can suffer from macular degeneration. 그치. 농내장. Caused by blue light. In the past, most eye diseases 하면 돼요. Of eyes가 아니고. Or glaucoma and cataract that often happened to가 아니라 occurred to old people. Nowadays, macular degeneration caused by long use of electronic devices, long use time이 아니라 그냥 long use of electronic devices, is one of the most dangerous eye diseases. Secondly, radio waves can harm the health of students in many ways. The pain of eyes, 더가 아니라 그냥 pain, pain of 이렇게 하지 말고 그냥 eye pain, headaches, and memory loss that students feel after use of electronic devices are often caused by radio waves. feel보다도 memory loss는 느끼는 게 아니라 경험하는 거니까 experience. 다 같이 포괄하려면은 they're often caused by radio waves. Moreover, radio waves can increase the possibility of cancers. S 빼고 그냥 cancer, possibility of cancer according to researchers. Electronic devices that emit blue light and radio waves can harm physical health of students. Okay. 자, 결론. Online learning that needs electronic devices can not only harm health of students but also lead students to distractions. Also, students and teachers who take part in online classes can undergo hacking or crashing of the internet servers. And it is practically 또 나왔어요. 세 번째, 네 번째. It is impossible for students to experience school subjects perfectly. 완벽하게 이 표현 말고 perfectly 대신에 completely. School subjects completely. Although it is inevitable for most students and teachers to take part in online learning in this pandemic, online learning cannot replace traditional classrooms permanently. We still have many problems to solve so that students and teachers use online learning instead of offline classes? 잠깐 이게 뭔 소리야? We still have many problems to solve so that students and teachers use online learning instead of offline classes? 그래서 온라인 러닝을 대신 쓴다? 좀 이상한데요? 이렇게 하기보다도 이게 지금 정확한 의미가 뭔지를 나한테 한번 얘기를 해줘야 될 것 같아요. We still have many problems to solve so that students and teachers use online learning instead of offline classes. 지금 여태까지 대체할 수 없다라는 얘기를 했잖아요. 근데 이렇게 끝내버리면은 그 의미가 전달이 안 되지. 이렇게 해야 되겠죠. 지금은 상황상은 어쩔 수 없이 쓰고 있지만 아직 많은 문제가 있기 때문에 이게 완벽하게 대체하려면은 이런 문제들부터 해결을 해야 된다. 자, 내 스타일로 바꾸자면 now many problems persist. 지속되고 있다. Many problems persist for students and teachers. 이것도 빼고. Many problems persist. Many problems persist to use online learning instead of offline classes. Unless these problems are solved, students and teachers will have no choice but to resort to offline classes. 이게 해결되지 않고서는 오프라인 수업에 의존할 수밖에 없을 것이다. 자, 이렇게 끝내고 이제 다른 학생이 쓴 건 어떻게 썼나 한번 봅시다. 어디 갔어? 여기 있네. Recognizing the coronavirus outbreak, numerous organizations are conducting work online. 이걸 recognize 한다고 하면 안 되죠. 코로나 바이러스를 recognize 하기 때문에 아니죠. 그냥 due to the coronavirus outbreak, numerous organizations are conducting work online. Schools are also one of those organizations. Education is an essential service that is serviced by 여기 서비스가 나왔는데 또 동사로 서비스를 쓰니까 이게 굉장히 또 반복되는 것처럼 들리죠. That is provided by both government and citizens. 시민에 의해서 교육이 제공이 돼요? 무슨 의미지? 시민들이 교육을 제공해요? 사교육을 말하는 건가? 만약에 사교육을 말하는 거라면 시민들이라고 하면 안 되죠. 뭐 private sector 뭐 이렇게 써야 돼요. that is provided by both government and citizens. 이거는 물음표. Coronavirus make someone 하고 바로 동사 원형이에요. to 부정사 안 써요. Coronavirus made us to think가 아니고 Coronavirus made us think about changing our educational system based in online classes. 자, Coronavirus made us think about changing our educational system based in이 아니라 이게 바로 into, changing something into online classes. However, I have a certain answer. 뭔 소리야? 나에게 답이 있다? Then what was the question? 나에겐 답이 있다. 질문이 뭐였는데? 생각을 하게 만들었다고 그랬지. 이거에 대해서 의문을 품게 만들었다는 표현이 아니잖아요. 이 표현은 사실 불필요해요. 없어도 돼요. Online classes may be a good emergency alternative, okay, but it cannot replace offline learning. 오케이. 위급 상황에서는 좋은 대안이 될 수도 있지만 대체할 수는 없다. The first reason is lack of social interaction. Online classes can restrain teachers' flexible teaching. Flexible teaching이 아니라 flexibility in teaching by reducing social interaction. It is almost impossible to check the atmosphere of class. Impossible for teachers to check the atmosphere of class and 콤마 필요 없고 and find out how the students are feeling about the class without watching students' physical behavior. 잠깐. without watching을 쓰면 안 돼요. 여기에서 보지 않고서 It is almost impossible for teachers to check the atmosphere of class and find out how the students are feeling about the class without이 아니고 because watching students' physical behavior becomes difficult. without을 남기면 무슨 일이 벌어지냐면은 학생들의 이런 물리적인 행동을 보지 않고 학생들이 어떻게 느끼고 있는지를 알아내는 것이 거의 불가능해진다로 일으키게 돼요. 저렇게 쓰면은. 지금 이게 벌어진 가장 큰 이유는 문장이 너무 지금 길어지니까 그런 거예요. 그래서 atmosphere of class 여기서 끊고 다시 시작하는 것도 이런 거를 피하는 데 도움이 많이 될 거예요. 근데 일단 It's almost impossible for teachers to check the atmosphere of class and find out how the students are feeling about the class because watching students 그냥 끊는 게 나을 것 같아요. 이렇게 run-on sentence 가능한 피하고 It is also impossible to find out how the students are feeling about the class because watching students' physical behavior becomes difficult. Also, this can delude the teacher from understanding students truly. 무슨 의미인지는 알겠는데 되게 부자연스러운 문장이에요. 학생들을 진정으로 이해하는데 delude는 이제 거의 약간 망상을 심어주는 건데 this can delude는 좀 강하고 어감이 this can 회방하다, 방해하다. 뭐 deter 이 정도 쓰는 게 나을 것 같아요. This can deter the teacher from truly understanding. Truly understanding students. Being unable to interact with students often and not being able to see students' behavior in normal life가 아니라 real life. In real life will definitely hide students' true identity? 정체를 숨긴다고 이게 확실히? 다 표현들이 너무 세요, 지금. 학생들이 정체를 숨길 수가 있어요? 그 온라인 수업을 하는데 정체를 숨기는 거는 좀 어감이 여기 어폐가 있는데. Being unable to interact and not being able to see students' behavior in real life will definitely hide identity가 아니라 definitely도 안 쓰는 게 좋아요. 이럴 때 이런 절대적인 표현 같은 거 조심하세요. 에세이 쓸 때. Behavior in real life will hide. hide보다도 포장한다. will mask students true identity가 아니라 그냥 얘네들의 의도를 마스킹한다. 그냥 true 같은 것도 이것 뭐 학생들이 뭐 선생을 속이려는 의도를 다 가지고 있는 것도 아닌데 이런 표현을 쓰는 건 좋지가 않아요. 그래서 앞에 그리고 사실 students가 이미 한번 나와 있으니까 mask 그냥 there. Being unable to interact with students often and not being able to see students' behavior in real life will mask their intentions. Furthermore, relationship between people are made by numerous activities, interactions, and memories. 자, relationships are made by numerous activities. 이렇게 하지 말고 are built upon interactions and memories. 간결하게. Relationships between people are made by numerous activities, interactions and memories. 이러지 말고 그냥 relationships are built upon interactions and memories. 이러면 그냥 끝나요. These are essential sources to have appropriate. 일단 n으로 바꿔야 되고. These are essential sources to have an appropriate relationship with others. These are essential sources for an appropriate보다도 잠깐 적절한이 아니라 proper. These are essential sources for a 빼고 그냥 이걸 복수로 하는 게 낫겠다. For proper relationships with others. 말고 그냥 among people. 사람들 사이에 관계를 맺기 위해 제대로 된 관계를 맺기 위해서 필요한 것들이다. Unfortunately, it's hard to provide these. It's hard to provide these. 이거를 누가 제공해 주는데요? 제공을 해주는 게 아니잖아요. Interactions and memories는. These are not effectively these are not 제공이 된다. These are not effectively 근데 interactions and memories는 아까 built upon. These are not effectively built in online classes. The second reason is that physical activities are almost impossible to conduct online. 자, 수동태로 써야 되죠. Are almost impossible to be conducted online. PE classes can't be conducted. 여기는 수동태로 잘 썼네. Can't be conducted fully through online classes. We might be able to learn individual exercising methods, okay, but it will be impossible to play group sports. This is not only about PE classes. Limitations don't stop at PE class. Stop with PE class. There are numerous essential group activities that are conducted online. 이게 온라인으로 컨덕트가 된다고요? For example, if the club is about remodeling the school, what, the club? Essential group activities. 오케이, 일단 온라인으로 진행되는 이런 그룹 활동들이 있는데 더 클럽이라고 하면 클럽 무슨 클럽 언급한 게 하나도 없잖아. 그러면은 더를 쓸 수가 없어요. If there is a club, there's a club about remodeling the school, the club members will have to gather and actually work physically. And this can be가 아니라 but this can never be done online. 그럼 여기 앞에 온라인을 썼으면 안 되네. 그럼 결국에 온라인이 아니라 오프라인을 얘기하고 싶었던 거 아니야? There are numerous essential group activities that are conducted offline that need to be conducted offline. There's a club. Club will have to gather, work physically, but this can never be done online. There are so many things that we can only do offline. That can we 빼버리고 that can only be done offline. We cannot give up doing them. We cannot give them up. 그냥 하면 되는데. The third reason is there's no essential reason to replace offline classes. 이 essential과 이게 좀 또 많이 나오고 있어요. essential. 이 위에도 essential. 이런 거 주의해야 돼요. essential 그리고 심지어 여기서 필요도 없어요. 그냥 there's no reason to replace offline classes. Online classes have additional benefits like having portable lectures. Portable lectures? portable lectures? 렉처가 포터블하다고 할 수는 없는데 휴대용 강의? Like lectures that can be taken anywhere. Additional benefits like saving time이 아니라 time saving. Easy sharing of files. etc. etc는 ECT가 아니고 ETC예요. ETC. 약자를 이렇게 쓰면 안 돼요. 그리고 사실 앞에 and가 있어야 돼요. 나열의 끝이기 때문에. They have additional benefits like having lectures that can be taken anywhere, additional benefits like time saving, easy sharing of files, and etc. However, those benefits are just additional features. The main factor to decide which one to use for education should be effectiveness. The main factor to consider for education should be effectiveness. Traditional offline learning has proved its power and capability of raising students. learning이니까 raising 애를 기르는 게 무슨 맥락에 따라서 쓸 수도 있지만 적절한 거는 teaching이에요, 그냥 of teaching students. Also, most of education methods that have been made since the start of the time was based on offline leaning. 자, most of도 필요 없어요. Most education methods that have been made since the start of the time. 자, also most education methods throughout history 라고 그냥 하면 되죠. That have been made since the start of the time. 이런 말도 start of 시간의 시작, 역사의 너무 거창해요. 이런 표현으로 쓰기에. 그냥 throughout history was based on offline learning. It's hard to change the whole system at once. It's hard to change the entire education, 이런 거를 이제 paradigm이라고 그러죠. paradigm. It's hard to change the entire education paradigm at once. 근데 뭐 한 방에 뭐 in a flash, 한 순간에 이렇게 뿅 하고 바꾸는 거. in a flash. The key point is that online learning is not useless. Online learning is a unique and special way to teach that has lots of potential. We now know that online classes can replace offline classes, but we should realize that environments and situations change. Okay, we should be ready to use online learning as an efficient emergency alternative to offline learning. Therefore, online learning cannot replace offline learning. Okay. 나름 잘 썼어요. 자, 그럼 첨삭은 여기까지.